Hello, everybody. My name is William Reed. I don't care what my name is. Natural disaster movies have come a long way, haven't they? I mean, when the first ones came out, they weren't that popular or big, probably because they didn't have a lot of good technology back then with the special effects. So they had to make do with what they had. But as times changed and technology got better, natural disaster movies got better as well. And we got to see a lot of that in the 90s. We got to see a lot of good natural disaster movies. Movies like Armageddon, which was the box office success in the 90s, along with Deep Impact, which was another successful natural disaster movie, even though it came out 2 months before Armageddon. So both were the same, but both were good. I liked them. And we got to see other movies as well. Titanic is considered a natural disaster movie because it did get hit by an iceberg, which is part of nature. And we got others as well. Volcano and Dante's Peak, to me, are my guilty pleasure movies. Yeah, I know they're not that big, but they're good movies as well. So I was very happy how well they went. And, yeah, it's I love how well these natural disaster movies went, because not because of the special effects, not because of the characters, which were good, but mostly because of how these things could happen. I mean, Earth has come so close so many times being hit by a huge asteroid or comet, and we've come close from avoiding extinction, guys. Let's be glad that we've been able to avoid that. We even have how Yellowstone has a super volcano that is dormant deep below, and if it ever does erupt, it will be very disastrous for the west and the northwest of the United States. And trust me, that will be bad if it ever does erupt, and it will. We also have movies like the Poseidon Adventure or Poseidon, which we do have rogue waves that do happen. It's not every day, but it can happen. So ships can be hit by rogue waves, and has happened before. Ships have been hit by rogue waves, so you never know what's going to happen until it happens. And even movies like the one I went to see, San Andreas, it could happen. We could have a huge earthquake that could be very bad for California. And yes, was this movie good though? Was this movie considered a good natural disaster movie like the ones I mentioned? Um, it's not bad. The special effects, we've seen them before. There's some corny moments which are not terrible. They're still pretty good. My main problem with this movie though is character development. Yeah, we don't get a lot of character development for these characters, especially the main ones. I mean, they do get a lot of time, and I love all the actors that are involved in this movie, especially The Rock. But yeah, there just wasn't enough character development in this movie to have you know a lot about these characters. And even so, these are, even if did have some character development, I think these are predictable characters that you already have seen many times in every past natural disaster movie. But I don't consider this a bad natural disaster movie. I think it's okay, but in my view, it's not as bad as the other bad disaster movies that we've seen in the past. And yes, we have seen, when you have a good natural disaster movie, you're going to get some bad ones too. Movies like Twister, for example. That one, great, they got a lot of good cast, but the acting, like, I did not care much for these characters, especially when the two main characters are arguing all the time. I mean, my God, really? Even during a tornado chase, they are still arguing. Why? It's stupid. It's annoying. Especially at the end, they're still arguing. I hated it. I hated that. Okay, sorry. Again, the characters are one problem with this movie. The story is not bad. What happens, like the six twisters, I think, six tornadoes, 6 or 5, I think, happen all in one day. I'm not kidding. They do not stop at one night. They don't show the next day. It feels like it's all in one day. 5 or 6 5 or 6 tornadoes all in one day. That's not even possible. There's no way that is possible. Now, if they show this the next day or maybe a few days later, maybe. But I hate how improbable this whole thing is, especially how the main character survived. There's this huge F5 tornado just coming towards them, and you know how they survive? They find this pipe that is dug beneath into the ground. They grab some leather straps. They wrap it around themselves, around the pipe as well. And when this tornado comes in, they survive. They look at the inside of this tornado and they survive. Not possible. Not possible. This tornado would have ripped them apart. It would have ripped them out of those straps. Even if the pipe is close to the ground, it's very deep beneath the ground. There's no way those straps, those leather straps, would be able to hold these, especially in an F5 tornado. Okay, sorry about that. I find when I see these movies that challenge our intelligence, it makes me mad. It really does. It feels like the people who make this movie think the audience are stupid, that they don't know better. Oh, we do know better. And we should have known better to watch this movie. But at least it's not 2012. Sorry about the cussing. 2012 was probably the worst natural disaster movie I've ever seen. I mean, The Day After Tomorrow, that was okay. It's considered one of my guilty pleasures. Yeah, it's not good, but man, did I hate this movie a lot. I did not like this movie at all. I did not like it. The special effects were not bad. I think they looked okay. The story, not bad. It's okay. The scientist who is the friend of this other scientist who discovered the world ending, he was okay. I liked him. The president's daughter, I liked him. The president, the actor they brought in for this, I liked him. He was cool. Love that guy. I miss him. Even if he is getting too old for this stuff, he's okay. I love him. But that is not the main focus of this movie. No. The main focus of this movie is that family. The family that is completely useless. I'm not kidding, people. They were useless from beginning, middle, to the end. Useless. Why did they live? Why did this family live? Why couldn't any other family that could have done more live? Hell, I would have taken the 2 old ladies who crashed into that giant wall. I would have wanted them to live. They would have probably been more useful than this family that almost killed everyone on that sub. I could yell. I could yell at how terrible this family was, how useless they were. I did not mind the father, the actor who's playing the father. I did not mind him. He's a good actor. But, man, could you really? Yeah, I hate this family. I did not like them. They were useless in this movie. Them and the other guy who's supposed to be playing the bad guy who wanted to keep the people from coming into the sub. I did not like him either. He's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. He's done some good work. But really? Really? We don't need a villain in this movie, okay? Why we need a villain in a natural disaster movie, I'll never know. But, yeah, I did not like that at all. But, again, San Andreas. Not a bad natural disaster movie. This one is way better than 2012. I'm just saying. But if you guys have a different opinion about that movie or any of the natural disaster movies I mentioned, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll be here next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Take care. See y'all next time. And let's hope they actually release another good natural disaster movie because I need one. Ciao.